your favorite sport? Favorite sports? Football? Basketball? We have professional sports teams. We've got baseball, we've got basketball, rugby. We've got all different kinds of sports teams around Hyogo. So a lot of our students will go watch professional sports in their free time, right? We also have annual events. Maybe when you think of Japan and like seasonal attractions, you think of cherry blossoms. Like the cherry blossom feeling, right? We have lots of really beautiful spots to do cherry blossom day in Hyogo. We have some of the most famous spots in Japan. But we also have things like our winter light show. And the winter light show is to commemorate the 1995 earthquake that happened in Kobe. And what they do is every year they build a giant funnel of lights that covers the whole city block. The patterns and the setup is different every year. And so it's a really magical experience to go and walk through the tunnels and experience the lights. So that's an annual event we have. The students like to go and take pictures and send them to their families. And as I mentioned, we have races for the city. What's your favorite sport? Parks. So favorite sports? Football? Basketball? We have professional sports teams. We've got baseball, we've got basketball, rugby, city. We have all the cities that are more urban. And a lot of our students actually go to the city to do part-time jobs too. Because Kobe is a port city, it was actually one of the first cities in Japan to open up for trade with the West and other countries around the world. So the Kobe city is actually a trading hub for international and global corporations. There are, we have some of the most famous spots in Japan, but we also have things like our Winter Light Show. And the Winter Light Show is to commemorate the 1995 earthquake that happened in Kobe. And what I do is every year they build a giant, and like this one covers our whole city block. The patterns and the setup is different every year. And so it's a really magical experience to go and walk through the work experience and experience the lights. So that's an annual event we have. Students like to go and take a picture. I used to learn about the city. And as I mentioned, we have races for the city. What's your favorite sports? Favorite sports? Football? Basketball? We have professional sports teams. We've got baseball, we've got basketball, rugby, city. We have all the cities that are represented. And a lot of our students are our last Kobe sports city, it was actually one of the first cities in Japan to open up a trade with the West. And other countries are located. So the Kobe city is actually a trading hub for international and corporations. There are, we have some of the most famous spots in Japan, but we also have things like our Winter Light Show. And the Winter Light Show is to commemorate the 1995 earthquake that happened in Kobe. And what I do is every year they build a giant, and like this one covers our whole city block. The patterns and the setup is different every year. And so it's a really magical experience to go and walk through the work experience and experience the lights. So that's an animal that we have students like to go and take a picture. I used to learn about the city. And as I mentioned, we have races for the city. What's your favorite sports? Favorite sports? Football? Basketball? We have professional sports teams. We've got baseball, we've got basketball, rugby, city. We have all the cities that are represented. And a lot of our students are over 30, at least 30. Our last Kobe sports city, it was actually one of the first cities in Japan to open up a trade with the West. And other countries are located. So the Kobe city is actually a trading and the global business course is on our Kobe campus. This is the center of our campus. The global business course was started in 2019, which was right before COVID hit. Not the best time to be starting a new department. But despite the challenges we faced at the beginning, we've managed to have some great results in a very short time. The graduates from our global business course have gone on to work for international companies. Some of them have stayed in Japan to work in Japan. Some have gone back to their home countries to work in companies there. And some have gone on to other countries entirely to work and to live. Many of our graduates also go to graduate school. So despite having a challenging start, we've managed to make great results in a very short time. One of our biggest results that we're most proud of is we are able to offer our international students the opportunity to apply for a government-grant scholarship. This is a scholarship that's offered by the Japanese government. Very few universities in Japan receive it, only about 20 universities in Japan have this to offer their students. We are very proud to be able to offer 8 international students a year this next scholarship funding. So the Japanese government has recognized our program and is giving us this kind of support that we're very, very proud of. My colleague will tell you more about this next scholarship, but I'd like to point it out now to show you that we have the support of the Japanese government for this program. The features of our course that might be appealing to you is our courses are all taught entirely in English. So you can take anthropology, you can take literature, you can take economics, and you'll be doing it all in English. Okay, all of our courses from the very beginning to the very end are taught in English, except our intensive Japanese courses. Because if you're living and working in Japan, you need to know a little bit of Japanese. So we do have intensive Japanese classes to prepare you for life and work in Japan. They are mandatory for first-year students, but most students go on to continue to take the Japanese language classes. And a lot of our international students graduate from our university pretty fluent in Japanese. Okay? We have limited our class sizes to ensure that you have lots of personal attention and quality education from our faculty. And then, as I mentioned before, we partner with lots of different businesses and companies around our area to give students the experience working or understanding what Japanese companies look like. Okay? So this is the different countries we accept students from. Can you see where Indonesia is? Let's see if I can work the light. I can barely. Indonesia is right there in the middle, the yellow line. Indonesia is our second largest. We accept more students from Indonesia than any other country. Introductory life sciences, economics, management. But in your first year, we also give you really basic introductions to Japanese language and Japanese culture and society. Since you'll be living in Japan for 4 years, we feel like it's important to have these skills in your first year. Okay? Then, in your second year, we do more intermediate subjects. You get macroeconomics, microeconomics, good luck, right? You also get strategic management, international management. And in your second year, since you had Japanese in your first year, and since our goal is for our students to be global citizens active around the world, starting in your second year, we focus a lot on international and global communications. So communicating and working with people from all around the world and being able to use and converse fluently in a bunch of different global Englishes. Your third year, you start to do advanced study and then some field study. programs. So we have programs like public economics, economic development, entrepreneurship that you can start to study in your third year. And then in your fourth year, we expect you to find a topic that you're interested in and conduct your own original research into a subject and then write your graduation thesis. So in your fourth year, you're doing really advanced, original, and creative work, okay? So that's kind of how our course is laid out for the first year and very introductory subjects to more advanced subjects. You can see here that we have an option for early graduation after the third year. If you would like to go to graduate school at the University of Hyogo, it is possible to graduate after your third year and go into our graduate school and then graduate with an MBA in 5 years. Okay, so that's a special option we have with early graduation if you're qualified. This is the course schedule and some of the courses we offer. We are business class, so we do have lots of business offerings like multinational enterprises, I mentioned management, macroeconomics, microeconomics. But we believe it's important for you to get a well-rounded education, even if your major is business. So we have a lot of language education. We have a lot of influence on a lot of emphasis on intercultural classes. We have a lot of liberal arts, cultural anthropology. We have classes on Japanese culture. We have Japanese literature and world literature. We have quite a broad liberal arts offering too. So you will graduate with a well-rounded education, but you will graduate with a Bachelor of Economics from our university. And now to tell you a little bit more about how to apply and then the scholarships and the fee structure, I'm going to pass the microphone to my colleague, Mr. Chihara. Thank you all.
Good morning. My name is Santos Chihara, International Student Coordinator of the University of Hyogo. For my part, I will talk about admission and living environment and course to study at global business course. University of Hyogo Global Business Course accepts over 80 students every year, of which 30 to 40 are international students and 40 Japanese students. To apply to global business course, there are two eligibilities. First one is academic background. Individuals who have completed a 2-year curriculum of school education in a foreign country or have an equivalent education as specialized by the Minister of Education in Japan. In case of Indonesia, I think that the graduation from secondary high school constitutes 12-year education. So number one, you not get issue as far as you graduate from Storakasi next June. So your school can issue projected certification of graduation. And based on that document, you can take an exam of global business courses. And the second one is English proficiency, which is CEFP2 or above. It is equivalent to 12 IBT 72 or IELTS 5.5. Selection and screening process. You will submit application documents to University of Hyogo via online by email. And the University of Hyogo will check and evaluate these documents. And if there is no problem in the eligibility, we will conduct interview via local. And in case of Indonesia, we will do it by Zoom interview. So you don't need to come to Japan to take an entrance examination. So it is a good advantage for students. And these are the list of required materials. Application form is an online form, and we need to fill out all the required information such as the name, address, passport, and to that online application form, you will essays, certificate of transcript, certificate of English proficiency, and letter recommendation by academic advice. Number two, application essays. You must write 2 essays about the subject in the University of Hyogo. And this year we give you 2 subjects. First one is what do you want to study at global business course? And the second one is count your time when you face failure or setback. And what did you learn from that? So this is a kind of general subject. So you must write down some essays in English. And number 3 is certificate of academic capacity. Will be issued from your school. And the certificate of English proficiency, University of Hyogo accepted TOEFL, Cambridge, TOEFL, and Hyogo test. And in this these certificates that level should be advanced to B2. And this is the application schedule, and it is already announced in the website in the below. First, you must register your name and email address and other necessary information by December 22nd, next month, by sending an email, your name and email address and passwords. And after receiving those email registration, University of Hyogo will send you URL website for the application forms and other documents materials. And we will check your application document and you must submit your application document by the 8th of 2026, next year, January 8th. So we will review your documents, and if there is no problem in the application, we will be providing Zoom online interview in the middle of the Sunday, most probably 15th or 16th or 17th of January. And after 2 to 4 weeks after the interview, the result will be announced. Next is scholarship and post-graduate. University of Hyogo is a public university, so the tuition is very reasonable compared with private universities or universities in the United States. Annual tuition is $58 in Russian rupees. And all international students can take 50% exemption from this tuition. So the annual tuition so total 4 years tuition comes to me for international students comes to me 160 euros in Russian rupees. And from the second to the 4th year, if your academic allowance is within 30%, your tuition will be 100% fully exempted. So you don't pay tuition in the so 4 years total actual tuition comes to 29 million. These are one-time expense, application fee and admission fee. And also tuition student can take 50% exemption for these costs. And also, if you are selected, next scholarships to the student, the Japanese government scholarship student, both application fee and admission fee, including you don't need to pay anything. And in addition to that, the Japanese government will provide you $800 scholarship per month for 4 years. And also, now to get from Indonesia to Japan will be provided by Japanese government. So it's a kind of a golden box. I think main concern in point for international students to live in Japan is a housing programs. And in the case of JBC, all the international students, Japanese students, must stay in local student, international student dormitory in lower class for their first year. It is a part of the curriculum, and you have to stay dormitory. The dormitory fee is 30,000 Japanese yen. It is including water, electricity, and gas, all the utilities. After second year, you have a choice to continue to stay at the lower house as an RA, resident assistant to instruct the new international students. Or you can apply to be outside private company. Maintenance will be a little higher, but not so much like this is an image outside an image. It was in 2019, so you just 6 years ago, you are and it is located inside the campus. So not next door, you can just go 2-3 years to the classroom. Inside, there is a meeting area. There are 4 private rooms and shared the bathroom, dining room, and kitchen. And usually, 2 international students and 2 Japanese students share one unit. In addition to the common space in the unit, there are living spaces in each floor. And in the first floor, there is an international center with a big open space. Usually, JBC and JBC in this this is a condition of shared kitchen and bathroom at each unit. There is a general type bus, so you can enjoy some private outside. This is an image of private rooms. It is a compact space, but it is furnished with basic furniture and facilities like closet, air conditioner, and bed, desk and chair. So that is student immediately start their academic life as soon as they the advantage of dormitory life is students can meet and interact with the new friends in a completely safe space. Caretakers really 24 hours a day to always most days each. These are some snapshots exchange events in the dormitory. The University of Hyogo offer not only academics, but also teachers, athletes, sports network, like basketball, judo, karate, and so students can participate through festival and local cultural events through these activities. So you can make student life one activity audience. Thank you very much.
Mau bertanya, teman? Okay, who wants to ask?
So is there any
grades and why they're so low and how you plan to improve, right? So it's not a barrier. It's not we don't have that. We just are worried about your ability to okay. Unfortunately, the way our university's faculties are set up right now is we only have the special dormitories and opportunities available to international students in the global business course. So that is the only course. You can go to our other courses, they have international relations as well, but they don't have the same scholarship opportunities or dormitory life that they have. Okay. Yes. 30% of international students in that year. So, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, top 50. Yeah, usually it's 10 to 11. So it's the top 30% of the year. Right? Is that fair? Okay. So every year is based on the year. So freshmen, top 30%, sophomore, top 30%, third year, top 30%. Okay, and that's how it goes. Okay. Okay. You can do it. Thank you.
Also, that
Okay, bantu di depan.
entrance examination interview will be conducted in English. So you don't need any Japanese language skill or Japanese.
Any questions again so far? We can jadi tidak ada kebanyakan yang tidak tahu ya. Yang pasti ada yang
Because we need your projected graduation dates, it's more standard to apply to the course year. Right? And so
Okay, another question? Another question so far?
So just a reminder of the requirements for admission. So we know. So the way our admissions process works is right now our website is open. You can go online to the University of Hyogo website. Where? Right there. You can go online to the University of Hyogo website and you can enter your name and email address so that we know you're interested in applying. So the first step is to enter your name and email address. Then our admissions staff will contact you to tell you the documents that you need. Okay? So the application form is putting your email and name online so we know to send you the application materials. Then what we'll need to prepare is your application essays, which my colleague mentioned. There are 2 essays. One is what I would like to study at the business course at the University of Hyogo. The second one is tell us about a time you experienced a setback or failure and what you learned and how you overcame that. Okay? And then we ask for a certificate of your academic transcript that can be issued by your office or your school. Okay? And then you do have to get a certificate of English proficiency above SUFR B2, and those are the assessments we accept, the TOEFL, IELTS, Cambridge, TOEIC. We also accept Duolingo, so I think that one's really easy to do anytime you want to, right? And it does have to be above separate PR. If you go on our website, we have the conversions, so it will tell you what score you need to get on all of these tests to be considered separate B2. And I don't have those memorized, so I can't tell you, but you please look at our website, okay? And then the last thing you need as part of your initial application is a letter of recommendation written by your academic advisor or one of your teachers here, stating that you're a good candidate for studying abroad at the University of Hyogo, okay? And then if we need anything else from you, we will let you know that we need other materials from you, okay? So those are the materials you want to prepare. Again, this is where you begin, and this is where we have all of our information. We will share this with your school so that they can give you this email address. Okay?
Okay, maybe our students need to know clearly about how only global business that using English or have another
Well, so we have your main classes will be taught in English. We do offer other language classes, in particular Japanese language, and there's some classes that you can audit or sit on that might be taught in Japanese if you really want to. I know some of the business students have done that. But the main language of instruction is English. We do offer other language, but those are language courses, not content courses. If you cannot speak Japanese at all, that's fine. That's fine. You will speak Japanese before you graduate, but you don't have to speak it when you enter. We have students, and our program is set up to take students from absolute zero Japanese. Okay? So if you don't speak Japanese at all, you're still good.
wants to ask again? Ada yang mau nanya lagi nih questions? Cukup? Okay, maybe Miss Musa want to invite Mr. Andri to come on the stage, maybe to give some words to us about this presentation. Mr. Jihar and Ms. Catherine, thank you so much for the presentation. Maybe we can take a picture together. And then maybe we can take a photo together. Maybe Mr. Jihar and Ms. Catherine in front of and the photographer beside. Oke, mungkin di dalam, biar kelihatan mungkin agak berdiri dulu ya. Okay, one more first time. If
Thank you.